Glasses. I'll tell you, it's been a weird 10 or so days. Yes, I love Russell Brand, and I don't believe. You see, now all these allegations. As soon as somebody starts talking the truth, you know, somebody who has the weight of the public, like a public figure like Russell Brand. Yeah, he used to be an idiot and an asshole, but he has, you know, let's just say he has moved forward in his life and his awakeness, right? So all these allegations that have been made against him to discredit him, get this, not one charge has been filed. Not one. It's all about discrediting, right? Hi, Sandra Volmar. How are you, darling? Hello. I'll give you a couple of minutes to come in, and then I will pop out the chat, and I will tell you the good news and the bad news. If you're seeing this, if it doesn't look as pretty as normal, like color-wise, it's because, well, maybe I could turn this down just a little bit. No, that's as low as it'll go. Is because I'm using my old phone to film this because I was expecting a phone call between now and 5 o'clock. Hi. So I'm going to go behind the fan. What colors am I wearing today? Guess it don't matter. And I'll tell you what's going on in a minute, so I don't have to repeat myself. You know what I mean? Let's see. Is this, maybe it's this. It's a little clearer anyway. Hi. I'll be saying hi. Remember, if you want me to say hi, you know, and acknowledge you here, say hi in the chat while I'm waiting for everybody to come in. And then you'll end up on what's called a participants list. And I can pop that list out for everybody who said hello in chat. Oh, I gotta go let Gracie in. I'll be right back. I better take this with me so I can. Oh, I forgot Gracie outside on her leash. Right here, yeah. You have food in your bowl. Don't try to pull that crap on me. Oh, God, here she comes. Here she comes. Ow, Gracie, cheese and crackers. Hold on. Hey. Oh, your ears are cold. You were waiting outside. You're still in Eastern Daylight Time instead of Eastern Standard Time. Expecting Daddy to be home and... Well, no, he's not home, sweetheart. He's not home. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Do you want a treat? You want a little treat? No, he's not home, baby. I promise. You've been waiting, though, haven't you? Out in the cold, shivering. Here you go. You can't see her. Back up. Gracie, back up. Thank you. Here you go. Yeah, you can count, can't you? There's your 3 plain old paws treats for the day. Okay? Go. So, that lighter no longer works, as I just found out. Now it's too All right. Okay. Oh, that's the one I want. That's the one I want. So, I have some good news and I have some bad news. Well, not so bad. It's just, you know, disappointing. Let's put it that way. Excuse me. Thank you, Joe. All right, first, I'm going to pop out the participants list here in chat. Whoops. There we go. And let me say hello to Barbara M. Aloha Seashell Chanel 23. I know it's channel 23, but I like, you know, my own twist on things. Claire Quinn, my sister. You look just like my sister. Corey C. Hi, darling. Diana, Gabriel Susan, Irene Moreno, Jenna, Jules, Joe Mama, Karen Lester, Kathy Ponder. It's gotta be Kadeen. Lacey Black, Linda Bopp, Marie Howlett, Mary Lindsay. I gotta pull this down a bit. Mary Lindsay, Michelle Jones, me, Rosie Slade, Sharon Addick, Shalita Buffet, hey, Joey, Stacy Robbins, Tina Elliott, Trish Young, and Vanessa Nevins. All right, let's go back to the chat, live chat, and then let me scroll it on up. Come on. This laptop is so slow. Okay, here we go. Okay, here's what's going on. Hi, Catsy. Oh, pumpkin muffins. I got to make something tomorrow for Howie's lunches. Maybe I'll make pumpkin muffins. But he prefers bread. I don't know why. It's the same thing, right? Hey, Karen Gadberry, Joanna Parrish. Bev, the latest Patreon stream from today is unavailable. I want to watch the replay. You should be able to watch it with the link. Unless they made it private. I didn't make it. Oh, I know why. All right, you know what? When I'm done this live stream, I'll fix it. I realize now it's because it's on a channel that's relatively small. And so it automatically goes to private. I will reset that after the fact, okay? If you're a patron, you'll be able to rewatch it after I get off here and reset it, okay? Yeah, I get it. It cut you off at the end. Okay. You know what? Just give me 2 seconds here, folks. Because patrons need their fix. Hang on. And it is a fix. You know, we lift each other up a lot. Okay, now let's switch the account. Here we go. Switch the account over to this. My channel. Manage videos.
Hey friends, this is Miss Goldie from OurHalfAcreHomestead.
No. And okay, live. Isn't that funny? Give me 2 seconds here, folks. It is now unlisted, which means if you have the link for it, you can watch it. I'm sorry, I forgot about that with that channel, that one channel. Rosie Slade, Sherry Leach, Hope Britton, Jules, Sharon. Okay, so here's what's going on. The reason you have not gotten a video today, or will not get one tomorrow, or maybe even probably even Friday. You probably won't get a video until Monday next week. Here's why. All right. My computer, okay. Money has gone from my account that shouldn't have went from my account, and now it's been over a week with fighting with the credit union to get it back. All right. That's kind of bad news because it was the check was sent back to us via courier, and Howie put it into the machine this morning, and it put a hold on it, and it's never done that before, not in the last couple of years, right? So, but before I found out that the bank put a hold on it, my computer got sent out to oh man, I'm gonna if you ever have computer problems in Canada and now branching into the United States, look up TikTok Tech. Not TikTok like TikTok. TikToktech. Because these guys are reasonably priced and they're good at what they do. They're really good at what they do. And their prices are reasonable. They give great service. Their prices are reasonable because they don't have a store. What they do is they have like a call center where you call in your problems with your computer and they will get the appropriate technician to call you back and then discuss how you can fix the problem, right? I just happen to get the top tech for the greater Ottawa area, right? He's the one who gets to pick, right? His name's Stefan. God, wonderful guy. Anyway, my computer got sent into him. And before it got sent into him yesterday, like Howie took it into work and Stefan picked it up. Okay. I talked to Stefan for a good 20 minutes. He was very specific with his questions about what could and could not be wrong. And I was at the point where my computer's bit the dust. All I need is my data. And I need that. That's all, that's, years worth of work is on there, right? Like I throw all the old stuff away, but I keep the intros and the endings and the music and all of this stuff, right? So I said, I need that data. And he said, do you have something to put it on? Or I said, well, I can get you a couple external hard drives. And I said, and then I got to buy a computer. And he goes, whoa, back up. He said, don't assume that your computer is unsavable, because I had told him everything that went wrong with the computer, but I didn't get the blue screen of death, right? So, hey, Tigger Bouncing. Claire Quinn, are you saying what I think you're saying? Or is that just the name of your youngest son? So anyway, he phoned me today and he said, good news, bad news. Good news is I got all of your information off your computer, off your hard drive. And it was like, so that is the most important part. But my computer, okay. But my computer, he said, quite literally, has taken a dirt nap. Right? So it's a 2016 Acer. I mean, seriously. And he said, so here's your options. And he gave me my options. And this young man, now, I've got to, for you guys to actually understand the magnitude of what this young man is doing for me. I don't know if he's young or not. I just assume everybody's younger than me. Hey, Debbie. When I filmed my nephew's wedding in 2018, my nephew Andrew's wedding, I filmed the ceremony. I filmed the bride and the groom cutting the cake. I filmed their first dance. I filmed the groom serenading her with a song that he wrote and playing the guitar. I filmed all of that stuff. And then I took it home and put it on a brand new was not quite brand new, but a brand new 8 gigabyte, or was it 1 terabyte or 3 terabyte or whatever it was, Seagate external hard drive. And when I got it home and tried to get it off the hard drive itself crashed. Now, they knew that I was filming the whole thing. So the bride and groom said, you know, we have friends at Seagate, which was what the hard drive was, you know, we'd be willing to pay half of what it costs to get that information off the hard drive. I said, absolutely. Now, it cost us both $400 each. It was $800, and they only got half the data. So now you understand my concern, right? So just taking the data off the computer is like a $399 to $400 touch. $299 to $399 touch, depending on the amount. And he had put it on what he called a donor drive, which is just like a donor drive he keeps for this purpose. He is not only, he's building me a new tower with everything I need. And then he's going to upload everything on it, and I'm getting a new tower back, all for $700. Now, if you guys remember, I was going to have to go to Amazon and buy a $300 refurbished tower. This is a built tower with all of my stuff on it. Bravo, Stefan. Bravo, Stefan. But I won't get it till Friday. And here's the reason. The money that disappeared and has not been, they put a hold on that check that I put in. I didn't know they put a hold on the check. And he said, you can break it up into payments if you need to. And I said, no, it's good. I'm going to send you $500 today. When you drop the tower off to Howie at work on Friday, he'll give you the other $200. Are we good? He said, yeah, absolutely. So I went to send him the money, and there was a hold on that check, $690 check. How embarrassed was I that I had to explain to him that somebody's lost my money, and the people who the money was going to were the ones fighting the hardest to get my money back to me, but they kept bouncing back when they tried to refuse it. And then the credit union said, oh, we can put a trace on it for $24.99, and it can take up to 8 weeks. So that's why the folks at the other end that the money kept going to, and they kept trying to bounce it back, they just said, look, we're just going to cash it, and then we'll send you a check. And they couriered me a check from their head accounting office in BC, the money that should never have left my account in the first place. The check, and by the way, the last several checks I put into my machine through the national bank, not even my credit union, never got holds put on them. So why now? I went to do it, and there was a hold put on the check, and I was so embarrassed. So that's the good news, bad news. The good news is, and also bad news is, this laptop that I use to read the chat on and stuff, while my computer's gone, is not capable of editing. It's got 8-year-old software, 8-year-old editing software that is so clunky I couldn't. And then when I uploaded the stuff off the camera onto the laptop so I could edit it, everything kept freezing. So this laptop is bare minimum. It's like email and reading chat. So that's kind of what's going on. But I'm going to get my computer back on Friday. And here's what you got to look forward to. Here's what you got to look forward to. I deboned and canned the turkey and the chicken. And that's a video when I have my computer back. I'm calling it's my computer because it's being built for me, okay? With all my stuff on it, right? There's also going to be a video of me putting the deboned carcass of the chicken with its wings and bones and with the meat, a lot of meat still on it, and the turkey in another big canner. And then I put in the frozen carrots, the frozen celery, the frozen leek tops, the frozen onion ends. I put a bay leaf in each one. I made the most delicious broth. So and then I canned it. And so you're going to get that video. And you're also, I've decided I'm going to do a pantry video. But none of this stuff can happen until next week. Because it's going to take me all weekend to get things reorganized in my office with my computer so that I can edit again. Okay? So that's what's going on, right? The videos are coming, and the videos are coming, right? There's going to be the canning of the meat, the canning of making and the canning of the broth and meat, and then a pantry video. So, hey, Lori, I'm late. I've been very sick and sleeping a lot. Oh, baby, I hope you're drinking lots of clear fluids. Hey, Frida. Oh, yes, that's another thing. It's not the seeds, that's another thing. Today is the cutoff date for the Seeds of Hope greeting card exchange. I am extending that until Monday. So you have between now and midnight Sunday night to send your addresses, send in your request to be a part of the Seeds of Hope. I'm looking for more Canadians. There's only 5 of us, right? And some people don't want to send to Canada, right? Got lots of Americans, but only five of us Canadians. So Seychelle or Linda is going to put the Seeds of Hope exchange video link in the chat here so that you can get your details of where to join. So I am extending the joining until Monday. So please, 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 if you want to be a part of the Seeds of Hope exchange, as luck would have it, it's being extended until Monday. All right, which is what, the 18th? That's as long as I can extend it. 18th or 19th. And then I will work my hind end off getting you guys your list of 5 people, okay? So please, look at the video and know that the date has been moved to the midnight on the 18th to get your names and addresses in, okay? So there's that, right? I still have not fixed the lights on this side of the room. Amazon gave me a label to send them back, but that means tearing all this down. Not tearing it down, but tearing all the lights down and sending them back. And when I would rather just buy another set, not from Amazon, and get them put up. Now, somebody said that they couldn't do flashing lights because it gives them seizures. I want my lights to be fade, where half the lights fade in, and as they fade out, the other ones fade in. I don't like flashing, but at this point, it's a problem for all my lights right now, okay? Would oven cleaner work to clean a toaster oven? Don't say why not. Can everyone pray for my friend and her family? She lost her grandma yesterday from cancer. Okay, Rosie, absolutely. Please remember, please remember everybody that's struggling in your prayers every day. I do. I pray for you guys every day because you guys are my social circle, really. I mean, since the pandemic, I mean, even since before the pandemic, I didn't get out much, but I had a circle of friends. And now the pandemic has taught us not to visit. So Ren is missing his mate, Bobby. I got her home Oh, and the urn's in the shape of a heart. Oh, that's so sweet. Hey, Andrew, how are you, darling? The daily lives will be on Life with the Wolfies starting December 1st. Let's actually look at this. Autumn Leaf sent me a tea advent calendar that goes up to Christmas Eve. But I still have teas from last year. So we're going to make sure we start on Christmas Eve or on December 1st. It's usually going to be around 10 or 11 in the morning. And I'm going to do daily tea breaks. Oh. Okay, there's 4 teas. Well, how does the calendar work? Advent calendar. But it's just this. I might have to make one if I have a sewing machine that works. I don't have any, none of my sewing machines are working right now. So the daily live streams, the daily live tea breaks start on December 1st, sometime around between 10 and noon, daily, starting December 1st, between 10 and noon, Eastern Standard Time, right? Have you guys noticed the uptick in cancer? Everyone has someone with cancer. I bought salted caramel cafe barista coffee to have coffee with you during the tea break. Oh, that sounds lovely, Tina. I put a... Hey, Manette, how's it going? Please, if you get a chance, watch that video after this that's in the chat there that I just put in there. Watch that video. It talks about all the things. I love Russell Brand, by the way. And there's a lot of allegations of sexual abuse from him, directed at him, but nobody has come forward with charges. So we automatically assume now that when a person gets slammed in the media, it's because they're saying the truth too much. And they're trying to discredit them. So please watch that video. And because it says a lot of things I can't. So sorry for your loss. I saw your message when it happened. I couldn't respond. I've lost a special bird too. It's life-changing. Sending, oh yeah. My soul dog. Gracie's my heart dog. Yes, that video is worth watching. Okay. And it's only 2 days old. But it has to deal with things I'm not allowed to talk about, like the ineffectiveness of some, right? So you really need to watch it. You know, I mean, recently, you know, somebody, I can't talk about it. I can't. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry, Willows. That's right. That just happened. What did I miss? Did I miss anything? I think that's how my friend who is like a father to me got colon cancer. I'm not going to go there. Yeah, I'm not going to go there. Hey, Cat C. Yes. You know, okay, sweetheart. Okay. Tonight's supper is, I'm doing a pantry pull meal. And no, I'm not videotaping it because you've seen me do it before. But I pulled a jar of ugly chicken out of the, you know, drumsticks, canned drumsticks. And it's sitting in its own juice. And I'm going to make chicken and gravy over mashed potato with garlic carrots. What's the name of the movie? What movie? What movie are you asking? I'm not sure I understand that. What time is the patron live tonight? If there is one, I already did it, honey. I already did it. You should have gotten the link for it. It was private at first, but I forgot that I have to set it to release it as unlisted after the fact. Excuse me. Okay, just making sure that wasn't for me. So yeah, so we're gonna have chicken and gravy over mashed potatoes with garlic carrots. What do you mean no? It's unlisted. You'll get the link. You get the link. It should have been you should go into Patreon and find the link and watch it. It'll allow you to watch it now. So okay, honey. Yeah, we already did it. We already did it. I've been put through enough stress today that I just want to have supper with my hubby and watch TV, because tomorrow night I'll be working. Tomorrow night is going to be the Life with the Wolfies Thursday night public live. That's coming back. And then I'm going to, on the reading channel at 9, I'm going to read chapter 2 of Little Women. And again, once I have a functioning computer with my editing software, I will be making the live streams of Little Women private or unlisted private after the fact, because they're a live event. But I will download them and then edit them into a playlist for everybody to listen to. They just won't get all the conversation and discussion. Willow Bev wants to know, what movie are you talking about? I don't know what movie we're talking about. The universe, or however one views their higher power, has plans. Had that check cleared earlier, you wouldn't have the money to get all this calmly. You wouldn't have the money to get this all calmly handled. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everything happens for a reason, right? And I get that, Nest. I get that, Nest Peeper. That, I'm 26 years sober from alcohol, guys. And it never ceases to amaze me how old behaviors are constantly bumping up against old behaviors. Like, I want it all and I want it now. Instant gratification is not fast enough. But as frustrating as it's been, I've kept my calm. And, I recognize when I've done everything I can and there's nothing else I can do about it. It's now in my Creator's hands, right? Everything happens for a reason. We just can't always see that reason. Sometimes if we're lucky, we recognize it. Hindsight's 20/20. We recognize it after the fact, right? The RB video. I don't know. Oh, the YouTube link. No, that was the Patreon's unlisted live stream today. And because I did it on another channel, I forgot that after I close the live stream, it makes it private. I had to go back and make it unlisted again so that everybody in Patreon could watch it if they missed it this afternoon. I just thought got the tail end of the conversation about Bev said we needed to watch. I got a message and only got part of it. Thought she was talking about a movie. No, Seashell right above you has put the link for what I want you to watch. It's, yes, RB. Exactly. I think so too, Nest Peeper. I think I'm going to get a much better computer now. Okay, guys, I got to go behind the fan for a second. What time is it? Yeah, and pretty soon I'm going to have to go and start dinner for Howie. But for us, I mean. It's been one of the, oh yeah. And while I was my pantry looks beautiful. It looks so beautiful. I'm going shopping. Hopefully I can afford to this weekend, or get Howie to pick me up stuff on Friday. And then I'm going to do a pantry video. Now remember, there's still going to be stuff that, like, I've finished canning for the year, so to speak. All my stuff, my big freezer's empty. Now it just needs to be cleaned for the beef and pork to come in. And then I'm gonna take, okay, so the guy who, the butcher who does the farmer's butcher that butchers are the beef that we buy and the pork. When you ask for a one, it actually gets more expensive. If you ask for a half-pound packages, it means they have to wrap more. So I always ask for 1 pound packages, and I always get almost 1.5 pounds. So what I'm going to do, here's the plan. I already told my boyfriend we are never ever letting anyone else move in because they will make drama, and I don't want drama anymore. I wouldn't say wrong, EJ. Oh, what's wrong? I thought you said that's wrong. Okay. So anyway, here's what's coming up. I know nobody's living with us ever again, except with the exception of Howie's sister, when Nan passes. She's welcome to live with us. If she doesn't want to, she doesn't have to. Right? But I haven't learned to pressure can, so I made pressure can broth yet. There you go. So that would be Nyx. She's a pit bull. I also have Dante, which is a pit bull boxer mix. Oh my goodness. And Luke is a pit bull shepherd mix. Wow, that's quite the combination. Shepherd and pit bull. That's a really protective dog. Right? Anyway, so here's what's going to happen. How he's going to clean the freezer, and when the butcher, when our meat gets picked up, this is what I'm going to do. I have to use my puffer. I'm too nice. It's my biggest problem when somebody, you know what? I hear you, but I've learned that if crap hit the fan, my children, their spouses and children, or any grandchildren would be welcome in my home. Briar doesn't have a spouse, so that's easy. And then it's just Arthur and Mel and Edward. They're welcome if crap hit the fan. Right? But nobody, that's a given. You know, they're my children and grandchildren, right? But anybody else shows up at my door, it's like, what's the password? What's the passphrase? And if you don't know the passphrase, you'll be lucky to get a jar of soup, a jar of vegetables, and a loaf of bread, and good luck to you. You know what I mean? Where's butter for $2.99? Hey, Dave! Dave Smith is in Arizona. Are you not, Dave? Okay, let's not draw attention to that, Linda. Can you take that down? So, I forgot what brought this up. Oh, right. So what I'm going to do is we can't eat the meat fast enough from the freezer, right? Thank you, Linda. In this house, other than one other person, and he pulls his weight. Well, that's the whole point, right, Minette? Right? So, thank you, Linda. Albertsons and Safeway. So, I've got a plan. When the beef and the pork come, and yes, I'm going to ask for the fat trimmings and soup bones. When the beef and the pork come, I'm going to take, because I'm only getting a couple of beef roasts, a few steaks, stew meat, and hamburger, right? And if the pork, I'm getting a ham, I'm getting bacon, because they don't do sausage, and I'm getting like the ribs and pork chops and ground meat. And the hog is on the small side. The pigs are on the small side this year. So what I'm going to do is, because I like to cut my pork if I can, I'm going to take half of the ground beef, because like I said, he gives them in like almost a 1.5 pound package. I'm going to take half the ground beef and all of the ground pork, and I'm going to cook it in the roasting pan, and I'm going to can it. I'm going to can most of the ground meat. The rest of the ground beef in the freezer, every time I take one out, I have to make several meals out of it because it's 1.5 pounds, right? So I'll probably make a big meatloaf. And then we'll have meatloaf I'll put half in the freezer and vacuum seal it for another day. And that will still be enough for Howie to have lunches, right? Well, I don't, the only thing, like they gave me the tongue last year and forgot my heart, my beef heart, and the oxtail that I asked for. I mean, if I'm buying half the cow, then I should be able to get half the oxtail. You know what I mean? But I've still got bone broth in my pantry that I've only used 1 jar of from last year. So, and then I'm going to take most of the stew meat and thaw it and can it. I'll leave 1 or 2 packages just for, a big stew, right? Well, thank you, Joanna. Just curious what a side of beef costs in Canada. We're buying a whole beef. Should be around 600 pounds, dressed out for $4,000. For a side of beef, a side of steer, and a whole butchered pig, I'm looking at between $1,500 and $1,700 Canadian. But then we know the farmer. And his butcher may not do sausage, but his butcher hasn't upped his prices in years. So I get a really good deal. I get like around $5.50, $6 a pound for everything. No, that's not a lot of, that's a lot of money for beef. $4,000. It is. I paid $950 for a side of beef last year. So it's gotta be KD. Hey, Earth Muffin Mama. So, well, Howie also advertises his farm on his car too, and he works with Howie in the office of where Howie works. So, and I consider that local meat because anything within 100 miles, like when they do that 100-mile challenge to live off everything within 100 miles, it's not easy to do, but it's easy to do when you know a farmer, right? Oh, trust me, Donna. Hi, Annette. Trust me, Donna. If I could do a Snoopy dance, I would. This is as far as it goes. If you want to get over your fear of pits, play with, honey. I have no fear of pits. None. No fear of. I have no fear of any dog. None. Okay. I have the bite marks to prove it. Right? Because I'm an alpha female. I'm an alpha female. I'm an alpha female. Right? And dogs recognize it. Gracie had a heart. Gracie's like, that's why I had to separate Gracie and Frankie. Because they both wanted to be alpha females. And Gracie's like, I may be fixed, but I was first. And when they started drawing blood, I had to rehome Frankie because she was the second dog, not the first. Right? And I mean, I've raised German Shepherds with my dad. My dad had a German Shepherd, a beautiful King Shepherd who was actually 3/4 King Shepherd, 1/4 wolf. And I have that on good authority because I know the guy. My brother knew the guy who had the dog. Honestly, when I got Nick's, I was I'd heard horror stories, but no, pit bulls are there is no such thing as a bad dog, only bad owners. Right? I learned that the hard way. I wasn't always the best dog parent. I am now. I mean, Hey, Sherry Leach. Absolutely. They do. Small dogs do. So, yeah, Frankie. right? But she's having a blast with her new family over in the county across the river there. So, but anyway, my brother has a pit bull and it's just a sweetheart. She runs in the house to find me. She'll jump in my bed. Yes. Bite marks and scars, but I still love dogs. Absolutely. I got a scar from Penny on here somewhere. That's the scar that's going through my pug's cheek face right there is from Penny. It was a scratch mark, right? So, hi Dixie. Oh yeah, they're big babies. Gracie's one of the most aggressive dogs I've ever owned. And she's a big suck. She just is extremely protective of her mummy. Very protective. My microwave quit. Do I really need it? I'm replacing it with a toaster oven. You don't need a microwave. I have a microwave. It's in the pantry. You know, and I don't even use it to defrost. I don't use it for anything, really. But I might use it for melting chocolate this year. Because I want to do some Buckeye balls. You know, the peanut butter balls. And the best way to get nicely tempered chocolate is to heat 50% of the chocolate chips in the microwave and then dump the cold ones in and mix, right? I have scar on my leg, scar on my back, scar on my hand. And I got probably scars on my hand somewhere from keeping Frankie and Gracie apart when they started fighting. I got the nasty village dog asking for fuss after 4 days. The only bites I got that scared me off were the other half's rabbit. Rabbits can be vicious, man. Hi, White Flower. First time joining us. Well, welcome aboard. Everybody say hi to White Flower. She's new to live streams. Isn't that awesome? Are from Pomeranians and Chihuahuas. Yeah, I get that. Right? I do. But I think, you know, Gracie's getting gray of the muzzle. I gotta stop saying her name because she's gonna come in and want a treat. And she already had them on the live stream, on the patrons live stream. Gracie has 6 boxer puppies, and thank God for my microwave to heat up supplemental food and milk. Well, there you go. There you go. I have a pit lab mix, very protective of me. Pits, I don't like anything crossed with a lab. I have never seen a lab cross that wasn't a bit on the aggressive side. My boxer pit would chew out people that visit us when I was sick, and I just laughed. He's so funny. Well, great. You know what? Gracie waits all day for Daddy to come home. He doesn't understand that if he's gone for like 10 to 12 hours, that goes up 7 times, right? So if he's gone 12 hours, to her, he's been gone almost a week, right? 1 day is 7 days to a dog. So you think about the dogs that sleep in crates all day while their people are at work, right? You want to punish Gracie? Put her in a crate. She is so well behaved. She is such a well behaved dog. The last time I put a bowl of oatmeal on my bedside table, because I had made oatmeal for breakfast and I was going back to bed with my breakfast. I have breakfast in bed almost every day, but I serve myself after I get Howie's breakfast and lunch and everything organized. And she couldn't help herself. She went to the hot milk on top of my porridge and she started licking. I went, yeah. And she just went back and I said, get in the crate. She has never touched food without invitation since. Ever. She won't touch anything. She will, when I get ready for bed, she will lay on my bed. I could put popcorn. I could put peanut butter in a jar. I could put a plate of peanut butter down. She would not touch it. She would still be laying there. She learned that lesson the first time. So you haven't done it in a long time. I like Buckeye up balls. My dad used to have a rot lab mix. Yes, she was so laid back. Dad got burgled 3 times. I'm sorry. that was our first. We used to have a boxer pug pair. And Emma, we got when she was 6 months old. She was being rehomed. And she was raised in a house with 2 full-grown Rottweilers. So she was naturally submissive. She was taught to be submissive, right? And she was fixed. So she was just a big baby. Just a baby. But she was like 67 pounds, right? To 70 pounds. And then we got a pug the next summer. And the pug was not fixed. I never fixed Peppy. I actually got, I had a litter of puppies from her once. And so they were like, Peppy was the dominant female, even though she was only this big. And Emma was Auntie M to the puppies and everything, right? Emma was like, oh, they're too small. What? It's like mice, right? But so when we got Gracie and Frankie, we assumed that they would be a good mix. They were not. They were not. Gracie was fixed. Frankie was not. Just like Emma and Peppy, but Gracie was the alpha female. She was here first. And she's a small boxer, so she had a little bit of a Napoleon complex, right? Her rule is law. So I've seen children that needed to be crate trained, but never a dog. Well, she used to sleep in the crate. That's how I trained them to behave in the house. She would sleep in the crate while I worked and stuff like that. And then I would get up, because I have to get up every 20 minutes or so, or my knee sees. I'm going to have trouble getting up from this chair. While I worked, she would be in a crate. So she, you know, as long as she was with me, she was fine. Right? But it wasn't until I used the crate as punishment, because she hadn't been in it for so long. The last time she was in it was at a wedding. And it was because she was in the Airbnb. And I left a video live streaming of her in the crate with the blanket over her. And she only whined a couple of times when she heard people in the hallway of the Airbnb. So she was really well behaved. But the only time she was in, like, I won't put her in a crate anymore. If we leave her in the motorhome, she's fine. You know, when we're out racing and stuff. If we leave her in the house all day for like 8 hours while we go out and do our banking and our shopping and stuff, not 8 hours, but you know, she's fine when we get home. Happy to see us, needs to pee. But so she's a really well-trained dog, right? Add me to both. Well, Stacy, send me an email saying that, okay? To that address. To that, the cards of, hey, Bumfluff, how's it going, sweetheart? I swear you just want me to say your name. What did I miss? So that's, you know, that's the history of some of the dogs in my life. And trust me, there was a point there we had to get a king-size bed, because we had 4 dogs, right? Yes, 3 of them were small, but that's not the point, right? Dad found her when she was working as security guard on a building site. She had been thrown in a hole that was going to be filled the next day. Oh my God. They wanted to kill her because the mix was not right. Oh my God. That's horrible. She was going to be buried alive. Oh, God, forgive those people, because I can't. Not great. Had a car crash yesterday, got whiplash, and car is no good. Oh, baby, but you know what? You're alive. And whiplash could have been a broken back. So count your blessings, honey, and we'll keep you in our prayers tonight. Absolutely, for sure. Hey, Teflon 1, how's it going? So don't forget that today was supposed to be the, could you put the link up in again, ladies? Remember that the Seeds of Hope greeting card exchange is still open. It was supposed to close today, but because I have no computer to work with, it is open until midnight Sunday night. So if you have not, the Seeds of Hope Garden Exchange, if you don't know what it is, please raise your hand in the chat so I can explain, because I don't want to explain if everybody already knows it, right? You just keep doing the things that you're supposed to do. Muscle relaxers, relax, don't push the healing, but make sure you do keep moving when you're supposed to. It closes. Okay. The Seeds of Hope greeting card exchange. This is its 3rd year. What we do is I have 2 emails set up, one for Canada and one for the US. I'm going through a lot of stressful stuff. My computers broke down. I had a payment taken out of my account that shouldn't have been taken out. And it's been 2 weeks. And they still, when they finally, we get a check sent back, the bank puts a hold on it when the bank was the problem to begin with. That's kind of my week. Plus I was depressed last week, right? Because it was the anniversary of my father's death and Remembrance Day and all those things that, you know, November's a rough month for me. But the Seeds of Hope Garden Exchange, this is its 3rd year. And what it is you enter on the USA email or the Canadian email, depending on where you're from. You put in the subject line, I want to enter the Seeds of Hope card exchange. And then what you do is you commit to sending out 5 greeting cards. It can be Christmas, it can be Hanukkah, it can be have a nice day. It doesn't have to be. We're just do it during the Christmas holidays because it's easier to put seeds through the mail. It's that simple, right? It's easier to hide us a packet of seeds and protect a packet of seeds in a greeting card, right? So you commit to mailing out 5 greeting cards with a packet of seeds in each one to 5 maybe 5 total strangers, right? Because I'm going to give you the 5 names and 5 addresses. And it's kind of like a chain letter. I do one, give you 5 down on the list, and then the next one gets the next 5 down. And usually if everybody, now do not enter this if you don't already have the seeds to participate, because they're getting thin to find at this time of year. All right. So don't enter unless you have 5 packets of seeds you can spare and 5 stamps that you can email out or mail out your card. And then what happens is everybody who participates usually gets 5 to 8 cards back with seeds in them. And essentially we're helping to build each other's gardens. But it's also a physical reminder for some people who don't have a lot of family or don't have Christmas cards or don't get Christmas cards or alone or whatever. Everybody on the list gets greeting cards. Some people are Jewish. Some people, don't celebrate Christmas. Some people got Kwanzaa. Some, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be a Christmas card. We're just taking advantage of the season. But if you are Jewish and you get 5 Christmas cards or 8 Christmas cards, it's the message that counts, right? That you're being thought of. Here's a physical reminder that a total stranger is welcoming you into their life, right? So, exactly, Willows, exactly. This Thanksgiving, my family will be away, so I'll have Thanksgiving alone. Well, you know what? Do you have home canned stuff? Because I have a video that shows you how to make an entire holiday dinner with turkey stuffing and everything from canning. Eat a little pumpkin pie, right? There's no need for anybody to just have a TV dinner anymore, So so you're going to look at the link above in the chat for the Seeds of Hope greeting card exchange. And this is just a way, it's kind of like us doing our live tea breaks every day through the month of December into January 1st on the Life with the Wolfies channel. Why? Because not everybody has somebody in their life. So we make sure over the holidays that we're at least together at least once a day, right? Because you guys have become a huge family to me, right? And that's just the way it is. So we do so this is our 3rd year of the Seeds of Hope, and it's called Seeds of Hope because we know that planting a garden is an act of faith, isn't it? Right? So the seeds that you give are garden seeds or herb seeds, right? And I do my best to match up states and provinces with each other if I can. So what's going on, Nat? What's going on? Sorry, Autumn Gypsy. What? Marie Howlett, sorry, sweetie. I am with my mom at Christmas because, oh, right. Okay. Because she's got some dementia. So I see mom. I can't see my kids at Christmas. It's Bev's gig, but it's only US and Canada. We would have to have a UK or European version. Now, last year, I had people say, I am willing to send to Europe. And we included them. But it was a really difficult challenge to get everybody looked after. So this year, it's just Canada and the US. But there's nothing stopping you from starting your own, like in a Facebook group or a Gab group or something that where you can start one own, for the European Union, right? Or for Australia, New Zealand kind of thing, right? You'll be by yourself. Well, guess that this whole week this whole last 2 weeks has been a lesson in letting go of control that I have, accepting there's things I just have no control over. No matter how right and correctly I do things, there's always going to be people, places, and things that throw things off, right? Have you seen Home for the Holidays with what's his name? Iron Man. Yeah, I've used my puffer. So, but that's why, starting in December and as of December 1st, if I get my lights organized again, we will be decorating the full-sized YouTube family Christmas tree this year in here. So we will decorate that live on December 1st, December 2nd, depending on how I've got lights that don't work, even though I did everything right. I got a computer I can't have back until Friday. I've got to restart I've got a whole bunch of backlog videos that I've got to edit. All these things are going on, and the holidays are coming. So I'm having to take deep breaths and say, okay, deal with what you can and give the rest to, your higher power, because obviously it's out of your hands. You better put it in hands more capable of your own, right? I watched Die Hard. Yeah, Howie too. Smoky Mountain Christmas. Is that with Dolly Parton? My favorite movies to watch when I have time, because I'm going to try and knit my grandson a Christmas stocking and a hat and mitts. I mean, I feel really, really bummed that my hands aren't working properly. But if I'm sitting and knitting, I like to watch The Homecoming with Patricia Neal and Jack Duggan. I like to watch Going My Way with Bing Crosby. I like to watch, I'm not so big on, Holiday Inn and White Christmas, but, in a pinch. I love The Bishop's Wife with Carrie, I think it's Clark Gable or Cary Grant. Clark Gable, I think. Cary Grant, I think. And And then there's the newer ones. There's A Christmas Story. There's Elf. I'm singing, and I'm singing because I love you. And there's Elf. Then there's One Magic Christmas. There's all of the Miracle on 34th Streets, right? There's An American Christmas Carol. There is The Christmas Carol with Alistair Sims. There's Scrooged. There's Christmas with the Cranks. You feel me? I'm lucky if I get 3 movies in with Howie. We've already watched Krampus, which gets us between Halloween and Christmas. Put battery-operated Christmas lights in my car. Oh, that sounds fun, Trish. Oh. You hear that? Daddy's home. This is Mrs. Wolfe from Our Half Acre Homestead saying, we'll get there with videos. I just won't be able to do anything about it until next week. All right? Take care. God bless. And my love goes and prayers go to you all. Mwah. Good night. God bless.